So change is known to be very hard and difficult, right? Change is known to be hard and difficult. But one thing you should note is that change is not impossible. Change is very possible. Now, what causes that change seems to be hard and difficult, yet people do not go ahead and consider how possible change is, right? What are the resistances that you face during a season of change, during a moment of change, during a period of change, right? You face things like doubt, right? Or self-doubt, to even add on that, self-doubt, right? You feel like you have imposter syndrome. Why would you feel imposter syndrome? Why? Because it's an unfamiliar territory. There's so much comparison. You compare yourself to those that you've maybe seen do it before, or you compare yourself to the situation you were in before, or you look at how you are now and who you think you're supposed to be for you to be able to accomplish all of this. You just compare that, okay, how are things now? How will things then be? You begin to look at the two sides of everything and you question yourself so much. You also have a lot of uncertainty. These are all the things that makes it hard and difficult, right? So with regards to imposter syndrome, I had moments like this as well, right? Admittedly, I'll be bold enough to admit, I had moments where I did have some sense of feeling like an imposter, right? Why? Because it was unfamiliar territory. I didn't put unfamiliar, right? The uncertainty is unfamiliar. I had the feeling that whatever it is that I have to offer was already being offered. So what's the point? Why do people have to hear from me, right? And that's how I was feeling. Why? It's self-doubt, right? Comparison. I was comparing myself to like the people that I looked up to and like, well, I don't match up. I began to feel like I had to know as much as they know before I get into the field that will get me to know. No, so then it's a downward spiral. It's a race to the bottom, right? And I wrote this down in the comments somewhere on some lady's page on LinkedIn. I wrote this in the comments, and as I was writing this, I was like, "Oh, this is so good." I said, a person who loses a race will always be better than those who didn't participate at all. A person who loses a race will always be better than those who didn't participate at all, right? Now, in the season of change, you have to understand that it is possible. And even in your failures, even though things do not work out as you intended, it doesn't remove the possibility, right? You could do it again. Now, people say, well, I did my best. You didn't do your best. You're lying. That's one of the biggest lies that we have given people a free pass to get away with. You haven't tried your best. You know what you've done? You have tried out this thing and that other wrong thing. You've tried out these few wrong things so many times over and over and over and over again. You've been so consistent with trying to get those wrong things to actually work out. Whilst you're actually supposed to sit down and evaluate. Are these things that I'm doing going to produce the results that I'm desiring? Right? You could start there. At least start there so that you should know that the things you're doing are actually worth doing. The things you're engaging into in the season of change are actually worth engaging into and are actually going to make this much easier for you. So you lean more towards the thoughts of the possibilities and not get discouraged and keep looking at it as hard and difficult. And you begin to doubt yourself. You begin to feel like an imposter. You begin to compare yourself and you begin to think that, oh, what are people going to say? You're going to die and it won't matter. That's sad, but it's a fact. You're going to die and it won't matter. Just do it anyways. And also, have you considered why things need to change? Have you considered why? Have you considered why things need to change? Maybe you should slow down and start there. Why do things need to change? And if you have the answer for that, it will be your driving force to counter against all of this. All the self-doubt, all the uncertainties, even you will not be able to stand in your own way. And a lot of what I do helps people to employ themselves into their own team so that you do not work against yourself. Because all of this here leads you to self-sabotage. This here is the formula for self-sabotage, right? So I help you answer to this. So you lean more towards this so that things can actually change and you cannot stand in your own way and you actually get the desired outcomes. Why do things need to change? Have you considered that? If you like this video, follow for more.